Hello friends, up to 10th standard you are studying general science. Now here in science we are going to study chemistry. I am Miss Pradnya Ramteke, your chemistry teacher. So today we are studying chapter number 1, that is some basic concepts of chemistry. Whenever we are studying chemistry, we have to know that what is its base and how it is working or how we are transforming any reactions. So for that you have to study basic concepts of chemistry. In this chapter, some basic concepts of chemistry, following topics we are covering, that is introduction of chemistry, nature of chemistry, in that what are the pure substances and mixtures, states of matter, properties of matter, measurement of properties, laws of chemical combination, Dalton's atomic theory, atomic and molecular masses, mole concept and their molar masses, moles and gases. Now here in this images, whatever the red color topics, these are deleted from our 11th standard for this year, and other portions are we are covering in this video. So in this video we are studying from 1.1 to up to 1.5. Now the question arises, what is chemistry? Chemistry is the study of matter, its physical and chemical properties and their changes in different conditions. Chemistry is a central science, means its knowledge is required in the studies of physics, biological sciences, applied sciences and earth space sciences. Morning to up to night, whatever the things, articles we are handling, we are using, they are nothing but they are the substances, and in it atoms and molecules are present. Consider a glass of water. So that glass is made up of metal. Metal means substance, that is a chemical. Water is also chemical. The food we eat, the fluids we drink, the clothes, the transformation fuels, the medicines, drugs, medicines, all that nothing but there are the chemical, means in all these substances there is a chemistry present. So in this way chemistry is a important subject. Now we will start topic 1.3, properties of matter and their measurement. Different kinds of matter have different characteristics or different properties, which can be classified into two classes or two categories, that is number 1 physical properties and number 2 chemical properties. So we will study first physical properties. Physical properties are those properties which can be measured or observed without changing its chemical composition of the substances. For example, color, odor, melting point, boiling point, density. These properties are physical properties because from the states of substance we can identify its color. So there is no need to change its chemical composition. If we are studying water, its melting point is a 0 degree Celsius. So if water is a ice and it transfer to the liquid, so its physical states only changes or physical property changes, but its formula remain as a H2O. So in this way these are the physical properties. Second is chemical properties. Chemical properties are those properties where substances undergoes a chemical change. It means their chemical composition changes. Consider example, if coal burns in the air, then it gives carbon dioxide. We know that coal formula is a carbon, that is a C. In air it burns, so it reacts with oxygen to give carbon dioxide. Another example, magnesium wire when burns in air, it gives magnesium oxide. So magnesium reacts with O2 from air to give MgO. In this way, the composition or chemical composition of substances change in chemical properties. Next topic is point number 1.3.1, that is measurement of properties. Many properties of matter are quantitative in nature, means we can measure that properties. So their measurements are compared with some standard and these standards are chosen universally. So the arbitrary decided and universally accepted standards are called as units. There are some systems of units such as first number is CGS system, C for centimeter, which is used for length, gram for mass, S second for time. Second system of unit is FPS system, F for foot, P for pound, S for second. And last system is MKS system, where M for meter, K for kilogram and S for second. Now we'll study SI system of units. In 1960, the General Conference of Weights and Measure proposed a revised metric system, and that system is called as International System of Units, that is SI unit, S for system and I for international. This SI system has 7 base units, that is called as a fundamental quantities or fundamental scientific quantities, and other units like a speed, volume, density, these are derived from fundamental quantities, so called as a derived units. In fundamental quantities there is a length, time, so like this there are the, see the table of physical quantities with their symbol and SI units. Number 1, length, its symbol is L, name of SI unit is meter and symbol is M. For mass, its symbol is M, unit is kilogram, unit symbol is kg. Third quantity, time, its symbol is T, SI unit of time is second and symbol is S. Electric current, its symbol is I, name of SI system is ampere, SI unit system name is ampere, symbol is capital A. In thermodynamic temperature or in temperature, we are using symbol capital T, SI unit is Kelvin and its symbol is capital K. Amount of substance, for any substance we are using symbol N, SI unit is mole and mole unit symbol is MOL. Last, luminous intensity, its symbol is LV and SI unit is candela with a symbol CD. Now point number 1.3.2, physical properties. So following 5 physical properties we are going to study. Number 1, mass and weight, second, length, third, volume, fourth, density and last, fifth, temperature. See property number 1, mass and weight. We know that matter has a mass. Every substance or everything which can occupy space and have a mass is a substance or is a matter. So matter has a mass. The mass of body does not vary. We know that mass of any substance does not change in a gravitational force. But when gravitational force changes, the weight of substance changes. Means with the gravity, weight of any substance can change, but mass of the substance remain constant. So in this way, mass is a fundamental quantity. We can say that mass of any substance remain constant, means on earth and on moon, if we are taking mass of any substance, then it remains same. But weight of the substance, same substance, on the earth and on the moon can be changed, and that is due to change in the gravity or gravitational attraction. So in this way, mass is a fundamental quantity. Its unit is kilogram. The unit of mass in SI system is kilogram and its symbol is a kg. And for small quantity of substance, we are using gram. So in this way, 1 kg is equals to 1000 gram or 10 raised to power 3 gram. Second property is a length. In chemistry, we are using length to express properties such as atomic radius, bond length, wavelength, etc. These quantities are very small, that is a fractional quantities. So in SI unit, we are also using fractional units like nanometer, picometer. Look at here, 1 nanometer means 10 raised to power minus 9 meter. 1 picometer means 10 raised to power minus 12 meter. Third property is volume. It is the amount of space occupied by a 3D object, that is three-dimensional object, and it does not depend on its shape. In chemistry, volume of liquids and gases are measured with liter, but liter is not a SI unit. Its SI unit is meter cube. See here, 1 liter is equals to 1 dm cube, which is equals to 1000 milliliter or 1000 centimeter cube. And the SI unit of volume is meter cube, that is 1 liter is equals to 10 raised to power minus 3 meter cube. Fourth property is a density. Density of substance is its mass per unit volume. Look at the formula. Density is equals to mass by volume. And SI unit of density becomes SI unit of mass by SI unit of volume. We know that SI unit of mass is kg and for volume is meter cube. So, unit of density becomes kg per meter cube. Last physical property is the temperature. There are three common scales to measure the temperature, that is number 1 degree Celsius, number 2 degree Fahrenheit, and third Kelvin. Here always in chemistry or in thermodynamic temperature we are using Kelvin scale. So SI unit of Kelvin and K is its symbol. And for the interconversion of temperature scales, following formula we are using. Degree Fahrenheit is equals to 9 by 5 degree Celsius plus 32. So from this we can interconvert degree Celsius and Fahrenheit degree. And for the conversion from degree Celsius to Kelvin, we are using the next formula, that is Kelvin is equals to degree Celsius plus 273.15. So whenever degree Celsius value is given, then we have to add there 273.15. So we will get Kelvin scale value. Now we will study topic 1.4, laws of chemical combination. The elements combine with each other and gives compounds under some basic laws called as laws of chemical combination. There are 5 laws. First, law of conservation of mass. Second, law of definite proportion. Third, law of multiple proportion. Fourth, Gay-Lussac law of gaseous volume. And fifth, Avogadro law. From this, first 3 laws are deleted for this year. And fourth and fifth, that is Gay-Lussac law of gaseous volume and Avogadro law, we are going to study. So we will start fourth law, Gay-Lussac law of gaseous volume. This law is given by Gay-Lussac in 1808. This law states that when gases combine or are produced in a chemical reaction, they do so in a simple ratio by volume, provided that all the gases are at same temperature and pressure. Here, same temperature pressure means STP. Let's see first example. At STP means at same temperature and pressure. 2 liter of hydrogen gas combines with 1 liter of oxygen gas to give 2 liter of water vapor. See the reaction. Twice H2 plus O2 gives twice H2O. Here 2 liter of hydrogen gas means 2 volume. 1 liter of oxygen gas means 1 volume. Form 2 liter of water vapor means 2 volume. Hence the simple ratio is 2:1:2. Another example. 1 liter of nitrogen gas when combines with 3 liter of hydrogen gas gives 2 liter of ammonia gas. As you can see in reaction, N2 plus thrice H2 gives twice NH3. Here 1 liter, that is 1 volume of nitrogen gas, 3 liter means 3 volume of hydrogen gas gives 2 liter, that is 2 volume of ammonia. Hence the simple ratio is 1:3:2. So in this way the reactants or gases gives gaseous product in a simple ratio. That is a Gay-Lussac law of gaseous volume. Fifth chemical law of chemical combination is Avogadro law. In 1811, Avogadro proposed this law. This law states that equal volumes of all gases at the same temperature and pressure contain equal number of molecules. See the example. 2 liter of hydrogen gas combines with 1 liter of oxygen gas to give 2 liter of water gas. Here 2 liter of hydrogen gas means 2 volume. 1 liter of oxygen gas means 1 volume to give 2 liter of or 2 volume of water vapor. Here 1 liter of oxygen gas means 1 volume contains n molecule. Hence 2 liter contains twice n molecule. That is, wherever reaction done, that time here 2 volumes of hydrogen gas combine 1 liter of oxygen gas without leaving any oxygen unreacted. Means complete oxygen gas is reacted. Hence, according to Avogadro law, 1 volume equals to n molecules. Hence, 2 volumes equals to twice n molecules. So this is the simply Avogadro law. So in this way, in this video we covered point number 1.3 to 1.5. In next video we will study rest of the chapter. Thank you.